What is up, guys? Mr. Lee Redmond here, and welcome back to the first main episode of the simulation series. A series where I've got Scotland loaded up, and it's a full database all the way down to the west of Scotland, Division 4. And this database is quite simple. I simulate the entire thing, I don't take control of anybody, I just go on holiday, and then every 10 years we see what's happened. We'll have a look at all the leagues. Obviously, we'll do a bit more in depth than some more than the others. We'll also have a look at how Scottish clubs have done in Europe. We'll probably just have quick looks first off to see whether they've won anything, and then have a look at maybe see if we can work out who's gone the furthest. We'll also have a look at Scotland on the international level, World Cup wise and Euros wise. Maybe have a look at the UEFA Nations League as well. Um, Rough guess, I think we should have had two World Cups. We'll have two Euros. See how they're doing in the rankings. See how the Scottish Premiership's doing in the rankings as well. Because in previous videos with this, not just this file, but with any Scottish file, Scottish Premiership has massively improved over the years, and it's even got to a point where over half the league made it into Europe. So, be interesting to see if we get that far on this one. So, yeah, let's delve into it, guys. As I said, we're 10 years into the future, so let's have a look at the Scottish Premiership. So it is in the summer, so the seasons have updated. So this is how it's currently looking. Not really many surprises in there, I reckon. Maybe Ayr United, maybe. But we've obviously had Raith Rovers come up as well. You can see roughly on the right hand side there the winners. But we'll have a look more in depth here. So yeah, it's Rangers and Celtic pretty much dominating everything. Dominated so much that basically they are either first or second. And then it's, well, mostly Hibs actually looking at third. Aberdeen a couple of times, Kilmarnock as well. Um, I know on previous saves where I've done this, for about the first 20 years, it is predominantly Celtic and Rangers, normally Celtic that dominate. But then after that, we start to see other teams coming in and taking over. So it's quite nice actually to see how that happens. Like I said, we're going to do this every 10 years. Minimum I want to do is 100, but I'd love to go further on. So we'll see how that goes. But let's have a look at the Championship. So both Dundee clubs in there, Hamilton still. Our first non-league side, or the team starts non-league when we start, which is East Kilbride. Let's just have a quick look. Did they ever make it to the Premiership? No, they've only been there a couple of seasons. So they finished ninth and then eighth, so improvement. So who knows what they could do. So League One, Inverness, who seem to struggle on this FM for some reason, don't know why. No non-league clubs there anyway. And then we've got League Two, so we've got Albion, Brechin, Broomhill, Gartcairn. They're all new. But yeah, it's kind of as you were. It's only 10 years, so it doesn't surprise me. Dundee United win there a couple of times, Raith Rovers a couple of times, Dundee as well. League One, Hamilton have won it a couple of times. Obviously, East Kilbride just there, one of their promotions. League Two is about normal. Highland League, mostly teams you'd expect. Lowland League was always weird because of the B teams, and yeah, it's the same as last time. Basically, I think I did maybe 100 years at one point on a previous file. I think we had less than 10 teams actually winning it who weren't either Celtic Hearts or Rangers B team. Obviously, a slight difference now is Rangers B team don't actually play in it. They withdrew. I think that's a very big contention point in Scotland with the B teams. So who knows what could happen there. So we'll have a look at the other leagues quickly. So we've got North Caledonian with Fort William still in there. It's typical. Juniors North. So this is the only slight issue with this file, and unfortunately, Moz has said in previous ones as well, there's not much you can do. But you have teams in divisions, they then get promoted, but when they get relegated, they don't go back to where they technically should do. So they have like divisions all over the place. Oops. So yeah, it's sometimes you have a bit of a mix and match of who's where and things like that. We'll have a quick look at Linton, still in the sixth division by looks at sixth division, that's sixth place, still in the Scottish third. How have they done? So their highest has been eighth. What about players? Well, they've at least got a squad of players anyway. That's good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the Scottish Cup. Let's see who's done what. So again, it's Rangers or Celtic. I think Rangers have got them. Yeah, Rangers got them most this time. Celtic, however, we do have Hibs and St Mirren winning it. I mean, we even had St Mirren and St Johnstone final one year. That's quite surprising. But yeah, as expected, it's the old firm dominating again. We'll have a look at the League Cup. That always seems to be a little bit. Well, no, not even this time. Celtic more dominant. Rangers, Kilmarnock and Falkirk winning the titles. But again, old firm dominating. I always used to find that they used to dominate, like I said, the first 10 years. League Cup was always a little bit different. There's quite a lot of different teams winning that. SPL Trust Trophy. I'm not going to go any further than that because, as you'll see, there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of um, cups. So yeah, you've got the Challenge Cup, which is this one, Trust Trophy, and then you've also got the normal cups, so the Scottish Cup and League Cup. But then, as you can see, absolute ton of cups. So yeah, about as you'd expect after 10 years, not much of a change, especially with Celtic and Rangers getting in Champions League every single time. So not much of a change at the moment. We might see something between 10 and 20, but it's after 20 years where hopefully we'll see a change. So not much of a change by the looks of it for Scottish League. It's now 10th. It did go up by the looks of it at one point, but we'll see. It doesn't seem to have gone up much more than that. It's actually gone up 2 places at one point. So that doesn't bode well for Scottish teams in Europe. Let's have a look at how I'm not expecting any winners at all from Scotland in any of the cups. That's quite surprising. PSG winning quite a few trophies, but the usual suspects there. Not even sure if you would say that about PSG. Oh wow, okay. So Rangers won the Europa League, beating Roma in the final. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting that. Any Scottish teams in finals? No. What about the Conference League? No. Finalists. Palace. Okay. No. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's actually shocked me a little bit. How did they do in the Super Cup? They lost to PSG. I must admit that shocked me a little bit. Wasn't expecting a winner in the first 10 years. I'm not expecting many at all over the 100 years, but getting one in the first 10 years is actually, I'm not going to lie, it's a very bit of a shock for me. Yeah, I'm almost a little bit speechless there, not going to lie. We'll have a look at Scotland. I don't actually know why I clicked it like that, but okay. We'll go back. And yeah, we'll just have a look at Scotland. So yeah, standard. Kieran Tierney still playing. West Ham now. Kevin Ramsey. Lewis Ferguson without a club. Interesting. He's 33, so he may not be there for much longer. Declan O'Regan, 24-year-old regen, who is absolutely disgusting. Where'd he go from? Aberdeen to LA Galaxy. Interesting. 13.25 mil and 51. Okay. Oops. Nathan Patterson coming to the end as well. Let's have a look at the senior squad. That probably would be better to look at. So any names jumping out? Scott McTominay still there, 36. Contracted to Zenit St. Petersburg. Interesting. So some Billy Gilmore at Al Rayad, leaving Brighton on a free. Anyone else? No. I must admit that's quite a small squad, to be fair. Let's have a look at the Euros and the World Cup. First off, winners. Oh, we've had 3 Euros. Okay, makes sense thinking about it. Scotland would have qualified for the last one, bearing in mind it was co-hosted by them in Wales. We'll go back to the very first one, see if they qualified for a start. Did they qualify? Yes, they did, and they won their group. Lost to Czech Republic, but beat Portugal and Denmark. How far did they get? Second round, they beat Sweden. Okay. Quarterfinal, losing to Belgium. So yeah, they have qualified for that, and we actually did get pretty far. Let's have a look at this one. They did, but they actually got knocked out in the group stage after only gaining a point against Romania. And in the last one, which they co-hosted, they got through after coming second behind Spain. Northern Ireland beating Wales, and that's a bit of a shock. But second round, they beat Romania. Quarterfinal, they lost on penalties to Czechia. Not a bad showing in the Euros by Scotland. What the hell did I just see? Ireland won the last World Cup. Huh. No, I don't even know what. Oh, wow. Okay. Some shocks in these these first 10 years. Let's go back and see how the hell the Irish pulled that one off. Oh no, that's the last one. Here we go. So, did Scotland qualify first of all? Yes, they did. I went a bit too far, but let's have a look at some of the others. Yeah, they did. So they lost to Spain, drew with Tunisia, beat Iran to qualify. Ireland, where are Ireland? They finished. Oh no, this not even row one. They didn't qualify for the first one. That's mad. Didn't qualify for the first one, but they went on and won the second one. Okay. In the second round, Scotland beat Colombia. Round of 16, they lost to Italy. Okay. So let's have a look at this one with Ireland. I'm not going to lie, this still shocks me a little bit. Drew of Portugal. Scotland, if I am reading this right, I am. They did not qualify. But let's just have a look at how Ireland managed to do this. So they finished joint top with Portugal, but won it on. I'm going to say it. I think it's alphabetical order because they drew 0-0. They both went mental against Haiti. Yeah, I think they actually finished top due to alphabetical order. And then in the second round, they put 7 past Nigeria, beat them 7-2. Round of 16, they beat Ukraine 2-0. Quarterfinals, beating Spain on penalties. Semi-final, an insane game against France. Can we look at this? 5-4, including still with Mbappe. So Jason Knight, that's an interesting one. Where is he? Sevilla. Wow. Left Bristol City, which is my team. Left them and went on a free to Sevilla. Okay. Let's go back to this. So they were 2-1 up. France made it 3-2, but yeah. 3 goals in 11 minutes, put them 5-3 up. Mbappe scoring a penalty. What a semi-final that is. And in the final, they beat Portugal 1-0. Goal scorer to that was Adam Ida. And we're at, spent his entire career in Norwich. Mental. He's a World Cup winner. It's insane. Yeah. I mean, I was going to have a quick look at like Scottish teams in Europe. Might have a look. I can have a quick look at some, I suppose. I was going to do it for the clubs, but I wasn't expecting Rangers to be able to actually win the league. To be honest, win the Europa League. So let's have a look at Aberdeen. So best they've made is they've never made it to the group stage by looks of that. Playoff rounds, final playoff rounds there and there, losing on penalties to Panathinaikos and AZ Alkmaar. Conference League, they obviously would have made it into the group stages. So they got out of the group stages in the last two of the seasons, but lost to Reims and Rapid Vienna in the round of 16. United never made Europe, not surprising. Celtic, so starting Champions League. So bottom of their group, qualifying the new league phases, which I'm not even sure I'm happy about. But they made the round of 16 as their best, losing to PSG, Chelsea, and Spurs. That'd be a decent amount of money for them. Europa League, round of 16 to Man United there. Let's go back to Champions League. Hearts never made the Champions League as expected. Europa League made it to made it into the main phase once, but I think they may have finished bottom of the entire phase. Conference League never made it to the phase at all. Hibs quarterfinals, losing to Atalanta and Anderlecht. Semi-final, losing to Napoli. Okay, that could get interesting. Europa League round of 16. Yep, round of 16 cup times. Villarreal 2 years in a row, and Napoli. Or better fed up in Napoli. Kilmarnock round of 16, losing to Rangers. Okay. And Conference League round of 16 as well, losing to Adana Demirspor. Livingston never made it to Europe. Motherwell, Conference League. Never made it into the league phase. Rafe, they've never would have made it. Rangers next. So, how did they qualify for that? Anyway, Champions League. Furthest they have made. Playoff phase. Playoff. So they have. Oh, no. Playoff. Knockout playoffs, losing to Milan and Celtic. But obviously, we didn't go to the Europa League where they won it. Just there against Roma. Quarterfinals before that, though. Conference League. They've been in it once. Losing to Fenerbahce. Club World Cup. I'm not sure how they would have qualified for that. Unless it was a yearly one you thingy, but they finished fourth. And the Euro Sam Challenge Cup. They beat International. Don't even know how you qualify for that. I thought you had to win the Champions League. Ross County, been in Europe. Okay. They went out in the second qualifying round. Oh, that's now, isn't it? Yeah. So they've just qualified. And then Conference League. They've never made it to league phase. St. Mirren. Knockout round against Austria Vienna. Europa League. They not made it into the league phase. And then we're back to Aberdeen. So I'm not going to do that every time. I just did that for that one just to see, just because I wasn't expecting Rangers to actually win it. So we've got our first winners of European competition for Scottish clubs in Rangers, which, like I said, when it happened, I was not expecting that, to be honest. Yeah, but that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. What I will do is I will actually I don't know about this episode. I will try, but I will look to put I don't know what I call it, like not trophy cabinet, but stats at the end of the actual video in regards to who's won what. We will have, the plan was to have basically who's won the Premiership, FA Cup, the Visa Play, the League Cup, and then like how, like, if anybody wins Europe or if Scotland win a trophy. But if not, it would just be who's got the furthest. I will also have probably a second panel, which will then have a sort of overall trophy cabinet for those competitions. And that will go to the end of the video, if I can work out how to do it. So it may not happen in this one. If not, I'll get it done for the one after. But yeah, that is it for this one, guys. Leave a like, leave comments, subscribe. Thumbs up 100% for Rangers winning the Europa League and shocking me. But yeah, like I said, guys, leave likes, leave comments, leave subscribe. That's the end of this video. I will see you in the next one, which will be 20 years in the future. But as always, guys, take it steady.